So what you think?
You know what I'm excited about tonight?
The Yankees won.
Yankees, Red Sox. Oh, baby.
Who you got?
That's going to be good.
Who you got?
Who do you think I got? In 5.
In 5.
That's all I'm saying. Let's go.
You still there, huh?
Sweet Caroline will be saying every night.
What did you take away from tonight? Overall thoughts?
Oh, it was great. I thought our movement was great. I thought it was just our pace. The spacing, the pace, the multiple ball handlers. I think it's just really hard to guard. When you have, Gal bring the ball up, Tobias bring the ball up, Trez bringing the ball up. It's really hard to set your defense because you're not sure, where the offense, at what point the offense starts on the other end. I think that's been really good. We had 36 assists tonight. They're moving the ball. They're playing together. We have a lot of scoring on the floor, a lot of shooting, and the spacing is allowing guys to go downhill. So I liked how we were playing. I thought the second group, the first time in, came in and thought they were going to just play offense the same way, but they forgot that you have to get stops first. And so I thought that was a good lesson for them. You don't just join in, you do what the other team are doing. And so they, second half, I thought they were much better.
That Tobias Gallo duo 3 and 4.
It's
Obviously,
tough.
They're not going to be that efficient every night. Is
Yeah.
that what you guys envisioned them to do?
Yeah. They were that way last year for those 5 games that they played. They didn't play a lot. And, I always watch because it's interesting. For a while they had a 4 on Gal, then they switched to 3 and put the 4 on Tobias. Every night you see that teams are really struggling trying to figure out which guy to put on which guy, and those two figure it out early on who has the advantage. And they're just so unselfish. They let the other guy go. I think it's been fantastic.
Coach, how deep do you get into analytics? Your plus minus today was great. I think you had 3 players over 20 plus minus. Is plus minus a stat that you look at, or how deep do you
but
get into
not during the
analytics?
game, not a lot. But I love analytics, But I love my eyes too, And so you put them all in the same thing, Today, analytically speaking, that was not very hard to figure out. When you have a lead, there's going to be a lot of big plus minus things, but we use it a lot. We have an entire staff of guys, and they give me great information every night.
Pat and Shea seem to play really well off of each other.
Yeah.
What do you think of that pairing?
I love that. I wasn't sure. It was great. It turned out the way I wanted to without saying anything. What we talked about before. I wanted Shea to have the ball more and Pat to be the spacer. That's how it worked out, and it worked out without me saying it. And so that was a test pass tonight. I don't know if it wouldn't have worked the other way either, but I just thought that was the right way to do that, because Shea with his size and his ability to get in the paint, and Pat with his ability to shoot and cut. And the fact that they could figure that out without me saying it, I think tells you that this team is pretty well connected.
Gallo came out really aggressive.
Yeah.
In the beginning. Was that by design, or is that just kind of?
No, he's been this way since he's been in camp. I mean, he's played unbelievable, and we didn't get to see it last year. So I think it's like you signed a new free agent. In some ways, like you didn't get to see Avery, you didn't get to see Pat. So a lot of these guys we're watching them, and me too though. I'm still learning what they can do because I didn't get a chance to coach them last year. They're on the team. I just never saw them.
Coach, right here. How close are you to putting together a starting lineup for opening day that you feel comfortable with?
Oh, I can call one today if I wanted to. But I don't really care about starting lineups that much. I care about the groups throughout the game. Having the right 5 throughout the game. So a starting lineup is more stuff to talk about than what coaches really think about. I don't think I think about starting lineups really. I give very little thought to them.
Coach, are you satisfied with Marcin defensively, and about dynamic between him and Montrez? Do you think Marcin as a starter, Montrez as a sub, can they play together at times? Can Montrez play more with a small ball lineup?
Yeah, they're 2 great guys to have on your team. I mean, they both do the dirty work. March again tonight with the picks and the rolls. I mean, it's amazing how many times he touches the ball. I think he's very happy being here, you know, because it's one of the things he wanted. Like he talked about that where he was at, and our guys are really giving him the ball, you know. And what we had to convince him is to roll, you know. In the past, he's popped or kind of a short roll, and you know, the first 3 or 4 days of camp, we just kept, if you roll, our guys will give you the ball, and now he buys into it. It's been great for him.
Talk over the young guys who got more run tonight than Sunday. What'd you think of those scenarios, Tyrone?
Yeah, they all were really good. You know, Scenarios, I tell you, he's doing all the little things that he was doing earlier in the season last year. You know, I think he's figuring out like who he is and what he's going to be as a player in our league, and that's good to see. Ty's just ability to get to the paint is unbelievable. I thought Jerome made a lot of great plays today. You know, I'm going to watch film. I mean, he passed up 5 shots that he has to take, and he'll make those shots, but he's so unselfish. And we're trying to convince him, you know, in college, you typically don't take the first open shot. You know, they want you to move the ball, and what we're trying to convince him is the first open shot may be your last open shot in the NBA. So when you get one, take one. And so we got to get him to pull the trigger more. I wish someone had ever told me that.
Coach, you said you didn't talk too much. You weren't too concerned with starting lineup. So what kind of rotations are you trying to have throughout the season?
The best ones, you know, really. We have a lot of players on the team, and I think we can put a lot of different combinations on the floor. Our thing is to create, you know, matchup advantages. That's what we're going to try to do.
You've been vocal about this team not really having like a superstar, even maybe an all-star. But Tobias has led the team in scoring the first 2 games, and even on like social, like NBA TV was building this game kind of as Karl Anthony Towns versus Tobias. Would you say that Tobias is maybe the most marquee guy you guys have right now?
Yeah. I don't know what to say there, but yeah, because you know he's done it. Like last year, he put up huge numbers for us, and so Lou, can't forget about Lou Williams either. Lou's there as well, but Tobias is your starter, and so him and Gal, I think, would be the most build players, you know, in our starting lineup. But Tobias is a great. He's